Sammy, it's time for my shot. I'm mostly insulin at this point. Memento and Inception have the exact same plot twist.
Yep. Yes. Wildly different executions, but yes.
It feels like maybe it's just the first time you've been.
So the first like half of this movie is gonna be him monologuing.
Yeah.
Like 40 minutes.
That's why, like,
Let's go.
out of order, like the way the movie should be, it
Works.
is awesome. But in order, I think it's going to be really boring.
I can't wait to make fun of his hair again. He doesn't look like he should be blonde, but he's very blonde.
He is very. It's like Raul Silva in Skyfall.
Why is Ciaran Hinds blonde in that movie?
Not Ciaran Hinds.
That's not
Javier
Ciaran
Bardem.
Hinds.
They're the same
Why
guy.
is Javier Bardem blonde in that movie? I don't know who made that decision, but they deserve to be fired retroactively.
So because I couldn't find it, I edited this version.
Shave.
I took out the credits because who needs them?
Well, it's not going to be in this video anyways.
The credits would have been intermittent throughout the movie.
If someone scratches their nose while they're talking, experts will tell you it means they're lying.
Hang on, my nose itches.
You got something to say?
Jake, you're my best friend.
Oh, okay.
As long as you learned before the accident.
You just wasted so
That
much.
was a lot wasted.
It's a test, Sammy.
We'll test this, you fucking quack.
Oh!
What the fuck?
It's a test, Sammy.
Test this, you fucking quack.
I like how he has the exact same quip no matter what point in his life it is.
I mean, dude, that's how every 40-year-old white man works. They use the same joke every time, thinking it's the best fucking thing in the world.
The black and white Guy Pearce looks like Jared Leto Joker.
His problem was mental, not physical.
If this came out in theaters in chronological order, I think the audience would fall asleep.
You guys are awake?
This is like just exposition.
I mean, yeah, like the movie's obviously structured
Right.
to work in a non-linear fashion.
Right.
Like imagine watching Pulp Fiction in chronological order. All the cool shit happens at the very beginning. And then John Travolta just dies and then the movie's over.
His handwriting is great for a crazy guy notebook.
I mean, it has to be. Otherwise, he's going to be sitting there for the rest of his life going, what does this say?
Every single 5 seconds.
Oh, I got it. And then it leaves his brain. He's going to be like, what does this say? And yet, like, look, all of his tattoos are like nice, like print. And then that one below She Is Gone is like,
Super duper detailed. It's like
I
that
know.
old English font.
it's just time still passes.
What does that even refer to? I think he's figured that out prior to the head injury. This is weird because so he forgot that he killed his wife.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
has
he's-
to have happened.
Yes.
So he got the head injury and then killed his wife?
How's he able to describe his head injury if he can't remember anything after the accident?
Right. So I feel like are these details told
Well, it's,
to him?
I think it's more because Leonard's a very unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Right.
And he clearly can actually form new memories.
Yeah, but there's some shit he would not have done if he could form new memories.
He's able to go perfectly, oh, well, I have this condition. How does he know he has this condition if he says, and I quote, I can't remember anything after the accident?
That's true.
I think his condition is the short-term memory. Because they equate to him being Sammy, like that
Yeah.
mental thing.
Mm-hmm. But
So
yeah,
he has that condition. His brain is using this story as a defense mechanism for himself.
I
Yeah.
get that, but Mud also has a point wherein whenever he comes back to reality and cuts to a scene again, he knows inherently that he's lost his memory and he's looking for his wife's killer.
So what I'm saying is he can form some new memories
Yup.
to some degree.
some degree, gotta be.
But he's also, I think, sometimes choosing not to remember things, both
Gotta be.
actively and passively.
It's time for my shot.
I like how to test her experiment, she actually kills herself.
Can you double pump insulin?
Does insulin stack?
It does. It stacks and can kill you.
Yeah.
That's canon.
It's like overdosing on insulin is the equivalent of overdosing on radiation poisoning from bananas. I think it's 15,000 in 10 minutes.
But the radiation.
You have to eat 15,000 bananas in 10
Ian,
minutes to die from
I
radiation
hate to
poisoning.
break it
Ah,
to you.
yes. The radiation would kill you.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is not the issue with eating 15,000 bananas at once.
Sammy, it's time for my shot. I'm mostly insulin at this point. You think she would have stopped after, like,
The third,
yeah.
and then just got some sugar or something.
Sammy couldn't understand or explain what happened.
From Sammy's perspective, his wife just died. Just stop breathing and stop moving. I would like to time check when we switch over to colored.
It's honestly like a half hour or something like that, maybe 40 minutes. It's so little of the movie. You don't expect it to be this short.
I like that one shot there where he's in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, Guy was in the chair for a
I'm
split
gonna-
frame.
double check
was
that.
he? I didn't see
Yep.
I
that.
don't think that was true. Let me-
No, it was.
Oh,
I
that-
just saw it.
18. Okay, all right. I'll go back to that. If that's true, that would be chronologically and out of order. Also before the twist. So that'd be like a.
It's
an
like
Easter egg.
Edward. It's not Edward Norton. It's like Brad Pitt popping up in Fight Club.
Right, for like a second.
We are gonna find out the ending twist, and then the whole movie's gonna be spoiled.
And then there's another hour.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Remember we were watching and it slowly faded to color, and we didn't even realize.
Yep.
I realized Ian did not.
Oh, it's so good. How does he vaguely remember this so well? Like his wife in the shower thing. How does he remember that?
That's what I was saying. Like his brain has
Yeah.
like 0.05% remembering capacity. There's that photo. Sure is black and white. Oh, just like a real photo. It fades to color. Boom, baby.
I didn't even notice the first time. I felt so stupid.
Why does he change his outfit?
To throw us off as an audience member. Since this is the ending of the movie and it's the longest part, it's the longest scene so far where he keeps his memory without jumping.
I think it's because he's so focused.
He is so focused.
Ouch.
We haven't seen the pinch motif yet.
Yep. So it's a pre-teeth.
Preef.
Teeth.
No, don't say preef or teeth. Those are weird words. They shouldn't mean anything, and I'm glad they don't.
See, this is him, like, now that you see it in order, that's him actively working to rewrite his own memories.
Right.
Because we see him with the shot, and then it switches to him just pinching her thigh.
Right, exactly.
Fuck. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
good. This
It-
is really good.
But again, it really only works if you've seen it the
Oh,
way
Yes.
it's supposed to be.
absolutely. You
Oh
have
my
to have
god!
watched it
If
initially.
your first exposure to Memento's Memento in order, you're like,
Right, because the problem is this is way early on in chronological order, so
Yeah, this
there's
is the
not
climax of the film.
you're not paying anything off if it's starting now.
And then this is him
Yeah.
actively altering his own memories.
Which he has done many times in the past, but this is
Yes.
the first time he's turning it on Teddy. And the chronological end of the movie, when Teddy dies via gunshot in the face, technically he's not done hunting for his wife's killer.
No, he's going to keep going.
He's just out there in
Yeah.
the world with no help, just killing.
The world's slowest serial killer.
Right? Most confusing and least effective serial killer. Because it takes a long time for him to kill one guy.
Yeah. I mean, he does kill 2 guys in the course of like 3 days.
This is a very exciting weekend for him.
Do I believe the world's still there?
He gets T-boned because he drove through a red light with
With his eyes closed like a fucking idiot.
Now, where was I?
What an amazing end to this.
That was a good end out of 10.
This lady has no qualms with tattooing a license plate number on this guy.
License, dude, John G. raped and murdered my wife.
Now I gotta get you a new identity, some new clothes, a different car would do for now.
See, now that we're watching in chronological order, it's much clearer why he's so insistent on Leonard getting out of town.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, haha, that's me. I'm Jimmy. Ha, yes. I love being Jimmy all day long. That's my name.
What's happened to Jimmy?
I don't know that either. Sorry.
you have his car and his clothes on.
He doesn't know that.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
What's the last thing that you do remember?
My wife.
That's sweet.
Dying.
It's such a good
I
line.
remember that
The
line.
way he delivers it, he's dying, and then he blinks very slowly with a half smile.
You can crash on the couch. It's comfortable.
It's weird because, like, now in order, there's so much time that's just missing.
And you know what? One of the best parts of this movie is like the tension and the immersion and the
Yep.
not knowing, and we already know everything.
Yeah, it's just in order, so it's just simply told.
Now it's just dramatic irony.
Yeah.
We're basically getting Teddy and
Natalie's
Natalie's
perspective.
story.
Yep.
Like, honestly, it almost feels like this version shifts who the characters.
The
Like-
movie's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally see that.
Something woke me up.
You said this film's in chronological order? This happens first. Fucking 0?
Well, if it's narration that's consistent with time, then I have to keep it in.
No.
I'm not going to cut out
No.
each individual frame.
No.
Because remember, he thought about his wife when looking at Jimmy Gantz, which means I have to take each
Then
frame.
yeah, put
and
that
the-
shit first.
Just 3 random frames of his wife for no
Yes.
reason at the start, and then
Yes.
it
That'd be
starts.
the worst movie.
You ever seen that like comprehensive list of how to watch the MCU in order? And it's like, all right, start with the first 5 minutes of Thor: The Dark
Yeah,
World, and
fuck
then like
that.
10 minutes from now, I'm like, holy shit, bro. Exactly 3 frames from the very beginning of Captain Marvel. She blinked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is okay because she's alive.
No, it's yeah, that's what I mean. But like,
Yeah.
if you're watching this in actual order, that's a literal blink and you'll miss it moment.
And if
So
you
it's
caught it,
foreshadowing.
if you're in order, you'll watch that and go, "Ha, the actor didn't even play dead hard enough." But in reality, it's fine.
It's foreshadowing.
Right, exactly.
Well, now that we've seen it, it's just shadowing.
The only thing you're not aware of is that he's going to kill Teddy, which is the start of the out of order version.
Yes.
So that's the big twist at the end we're waiting for.
I like how it has
They
a big
play that
twist
bit
either way.
in reverse.
They do.
Did you unreverse
I
it?
unreversed it, so it makes sense.
Oh, is it gonna have like the weird reverse sound reverb? Or is it
No,
gonna-
because it's weird because the gunshot is in order. So I took the audio of the gunshot, kept it, reversed the footage, and lined it up. It's a really weird fucking thing. But
you should have reversed the gunshot.
No, because the gunshot was.
Tenet.
It would be the visual of a gun bullet going the right way, and then the sound of a reverse shot.
Try to imagine a bullet's moving.
So you have to pretend that you actually picked it up, but didn't pick it up. Haha.
Oh, no, the pen's away. Which, in this order, is now foreshadowing that she knows they're out his condition.
Yep.
But it's all fucking dramatic irony.
It's also foreshadowing in the actual version.
This film's great.
That's the only one where the foreshadowing is still foreshadowing.
This
so far.
film's so good.
It's backwards compatible for this two scenes
It's
right
backwards compatible with itself.
Hey, don't say another fucking word.
About your horrible wife?
How do you do that?
here. How did he do that?
I'm gonna tear this piece of skin off your lip.
Just that part. It's funny because this takes place before she fucks him.
He didn't realize, but it was a hate fuck.
Imagine having sex as Leonard, and every time her head hits the headboard, you forget who she is and why you're fucking her. Just who?
Sometimes I wish you weren't on the show.
She slaps you out of nowhere and you just have no idea what's going on anymore.
I'm in pain and pleasure at the same time. I don't like this.
You're still here because of Natalie.
In order, the pacing is really weird. I think I mentioned that kind of
It is.
earlier, but like,
Speeds up and slows down.
yeah.
Let me give you the name of a motel.
One of the guys from Sons of Anarchy works there.
It's not Charlie Hunnam.
He was upside down in Batman Begins. That's how Jake knows him.
We just go to bed. You wait for me to fall asleep.
And then I strangle you with a showered curtain.
So this is like,
This is probably the most out of place scene.
right, he still has to kill that boyfriend guy, Dodd.
Yeah, but first he needs to pretend to have sex with a hooker.
I'd like you to leave now.
She's gonna tell her girls later, like, Stacy had a tattoo of eat above his penis, but it was upside down, so it wasn't even telling me to eat that.
I
It was
think
Tay.
I think the reversed raped and murdered my wife tattoo stands out more than the eat tattoo.
Pinch motif.
Rewriting during the burning of Memento, which signifies literally and figuratively rewriting and deleting memories. That's fucking cool in this version now.
I feel like I'm watching a different movie.
You
but like in a
kind of
good
are.
way.
You are, because it's a different perspective that
Different
tells
movie.
you different information.
A different movie of the same movie.
Yeah, in different
It's
ways.
like a Snyder Cut.
It's basically the Snyder Cut, except both versions slap.
I'm not reading it to annoy you. I enjoy it. Just let me read. Please.
I feel like he was reframing that conversation in his mind. Because her words are very passive aggressive, but her tone is very light.
Open your eyes when you drive a car. I love this because in order, it's still gonna have him forgetting that he's running from him.
I love that. That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Not looking at the road. He should get in way more accidents. I'm surprised I didn't notice this in the out of order cut.
He is an accident.
$99.95, $98 a month. A 97 Toyota RAV4, $11,995, $110 a month.
Do you think that guy now has short-term memory loss?
What if Memento 2, where that guy has short-term memory loss because Pierce kicked the door on his face?
Memento is just spelled memento with an extra O.
Imagine fighting a naked wet man.
There's the sound of like wet sneakers scuffling.
Wet guy ass going around on the walls and stuff.
I don't think we're hearing enough of his ass slapping around.
We
on
need
stuff.
more ass slapping in all movies.
What if he falls and hits his head on the fucking toilet and it fixes everything? Years of events flooding into his mind.
Fun fact, in movies, you can't just duct tape over someone's mouth and that's it. They can very easily just...
Yeah, you have to shove like part of a shirt in there.
Yeah. Even then, duct tape has trouble sticking to just the cheeks. You gotta wrap all the way around. I know this from experience when I kidnap people often.
That would explain the dead body in this closet.
It's Joaquin.
Of course not.
Hey, what? Sit down, okay? Sit.
See, in this scene, in the original cut, there's so much confusion because he's just listing all these things that we haven't seen yet.
Yep.
Now it's payoff.
Now it's payoff because we know exactly why he's worried.
Memento and Inception have the exact same plot twist.
Yep. Yes. Wildly different executions, but yes.
He doesn't have his shit-tier Hulk Hogan mustache in that picture.
She was like, hey, baby, you know what would look great?
Shave.
Grow a mustache that looks like it only belongs on a man named Otis. So after his wife dies, he makes it a habit of sleeping in the same bed as other women, but not with other women.
Yes. And back to back, oddly enough.
What a weird
Yeah.
Character trait.
I was gonna say kink. I don't know.
My fetish is sleeping in the same bed as women without having sex with them.
Come on, I'll buy you lunch.
It's like 10 a.m. Shouldn't it be breakfast?
Come on, I'll buy you lunch. How do you know what I like? I don't. Neither do you.
Your notes could be unreliable.
Memory's unreliable.
Ah, please.
No, really. Memory's not perfect. It's not even that good. Ask the police. Eyewitness testimony is unreliable.
What is a note if not a human writing something down based off memory?
This is like an episode of Seinfeld.
Pretty much. Like, his whole point is like, oh, notes are better than memory, I guess, technically, but they're not great. Like, they can still be very fallible if your memory sucks.
It's a picture of Teddy and says cipher underneath it.
Blue pill, take.
Rectally.
That's how you
shove that pill right up my ass.
So how many rooms am I checked into in this shithole?
Just 2. So far.
I'm amazed he ever gets angry because it's like, I'm not going to remember to be mad at you.
My car.
This is your car.
Oh, you're in a playful mood.
He keeps trying to get the car from him because it has the money in the trunk.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Republican rhetoric about taxes.
It's broken.
I can get that fixed for you.
Because he wants the car. Ah! Oh my god, so much is happening right now. Boom. He's going to take a picture, it's going to fade. So yeah, out of 10, guys, because we're kind of here. What do we think about
This is so weird.
Note.
Yep.
It's weird.
It's
That's
weird. It definitely only works, as we've mentioned, if you've already seen it the right way.
Yeah.
Because if this was your first exposure to it, you'd be like, yeah, it makes sense, I guess, but it's really fucking weird and doesn't really flow. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine this being someone's first exposure.
I think you'd be a fool to watch this without the prior knowledge.
Yeah.
I agree completely. How does it work having seen the movie?
Better.
Better?
Well, I think that's the only way I know how to talk about it. But
So, right, but like,
the guy's name is Wally Pfister.
what does this, if anything, add to Memento?
I think it adds a level of dramatic irony. It changes the perspective of who this film is about. It's not about Leonard. It's about Natalie and Teddy.
Yeah.
And you notice things that you don't notice before because some things become ironic that weren't ironic and some things become foreshadowing that weren't foreshadowing.
Right. Things now that pay off things come before other things, even though the story structure has it so they're set
A
up some
front
payoffs.
call. A
Front
call
calls,
back.
yeah.
A front back, if you will.
Before we give it a rating, can we go back to the scene where he is talking about... Yes, no,
In the
you know
chair?
exactly. Yes.
In the chair?
I
said
want to see.
All right, let's
18
watch
minutes.
it.
Because
Let's see.
this affects my score.
Okay.
I wasn't a con man. You know, when she looked into his eyes,
It affects my score.
I'm looking as close as I possibly can at him, main guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
now I know you fake it. If you think you're supposed to recognize somebody, you just
It's coming. It's during this portion.
you bluff it to seem less of a
Oh
fraud.
my god!
Oh,
9!
Yo!
All right,
I've
good.
never noticed that before.
9.
9. Don't even
Damn.
need to think about it anymore.
Because I was
9.
I was gonna say 8. It has some pacing issues, has some story issues, it has some like little things that I don't like as much because they're not in the
Yeah.
order intended for the film.
Yep.
That is the best detail ever.
That is.
9.
Because that comes out way before you realize the twist anyway. And it's
Yep.
so clear and simple.
I wonder where that scene is, because that's probably close to the end of the film.
If it's 18 minutes of a 25-minute black and white portion,
That's close to the end, because the black and white plays in chronological.
towards the end, but the twist is definitely not here yet. You know?
No.
That's fucking insane.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
All right, yeah, 9.
Damn.
It has to be.
This movie is the perfect dessert to Memento.
I agree. Much like how I felt about The Thing 2011 being a perfect prologue, but not working very well on its own.
No.
I think this is very similar, where if this is a chaser after you've watched and loved Memento, this adds so much.
What makes
agree.
this way better than 2011's The Thing is like, no, this isn't Nolan trying to make a prequel to anything. This is
Right.
him just being like, well, technically you can
Right.
re-scramble it here.
And it's
you
the,
know,
it's
if you
the
want
funniest
it.
fucking thing, because I edited this fan edit to be in the way it wants it to be. I didn't add or take anything away. It's the exact same footage.
Yeah.
The exact same scenes, just in the order it wants to be.
Yep.
It's so well structured.
It
I
slaps.
hate the pacing of the in order version, but that's not the filmmaker's fault, because
Yeah.
the point of it is supposed to be in the scrambled way.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nolan wrote the script in chronological order and then
I think
rework.
his brother wrote the short that.
Oh yeah, we
was-
talked about this during the original review, like because it's dubious where the film came from because the short story came out after the film.
Right.
But I wouldn't be surprised if when Nolan and his brother wrote the screenplay, they wrote it in chronological order and then did like another pass where they wrote it as the way it's gonna go, but
Nolan does like fucking with the time concept.
Nolan hates chronological time. Fun fact.
Christopher Nolan hates the concept of time.
It's like how Damien Chazelle was hurt by jazz.
Yes.
Nolan
Absolutely.
was hurt by linear
Wife
time.
dead, linear time. Those are the two Nolan things.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh my god, this is so good.
I agree.
It's
I
so
think
good.
Memento, the film, is obviously better because it doesn't have any of the pacing issues
Yeah.
and stuff. But this is still such a nice little,
This is a nice
treat.
This is a perfect complimentary piece.
I agree with Mud's terminology. This is a good, solid dessert to
Yeah.
the meal that is Memento. I love this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 8. I'm a slightly less.
Show the scene again. 10.
You watch it again.
The scene where
We'll go
he's
up a
fucking
full
in it.
point.
Yeah, baby. But
I was leaning closer to 8, and then I was like, if that detail is that detail, 9.
yeah, I'm gonna go 8 because again, there are still like weird pacing issues.
It's 20 minutes of monologue and then like
Yeah.
that weird exposition dump right at the end of the film where it's like, wait, is he just fucking with him?
Because, like, dude, if I'm gonna be honest and judge this, if I hadn't seen Memento, it'd like a 2 out of 10. It's kind of weak.
Probably be like a 6.
Yeah, it's kind of weak. It's not that great of a movie. But in context, holy shit.
Yeah.
This
Well, I
makes
think-
me gain respect for one of my favorite movies of all time.
Like I said, I think you'd be an idiot to watch the chronological order first. Like it's put in theaters out of order for a reason. Like I like imagine watching the chronological order first and then being like, "What the fuck, Nolan?"
Right, and on
It's
top
like
of that,
Nolan would be like, "That's not how you're supposed to watch it."
and this isn't a situation where he released both cuts as companion pieces, like, oh, hey, check this out or this. Like,
Yeah.
no, this is one special feature on
the
one...
Blu-ray. You're
Yeah.
a pretty dedicated fan if you're buying Memento on Blu-ray.
Right,
Yes.
exactly, yeah. So this is so solid.
And with all that out of the way, Ian,
Yeah, what are you doing?
Jimmy Neutron.
Yes!
It's time now. We don't watch enough animated movies. Best Animated Picture nominee. Fun fact, that was the first year they did Best Animated Picture.
and that's why it got nominated.
No, because it's
Yes.
a good film.
No.
That being said,
Ian,
I'm excited.
that movie sucks.
You're wrong.
It is so bad.
Jake is wrong.
We'll get into it.